Let's talk about bullshit beliefs. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I'm talking about those little beliefs in your head that are bullshit. So, it's the things that you hear when you think to yourself, oh, I can totally ask for this promotion. And then there's that little voice in your head that's like, oh, no, you can't, you'll never get it. So then you don't bother. Or you say, I can definitely lose, 10 pounds by Christmas. And then there's that little belief inside you that's like, I don't think you can because you've failed in the past. So I want to talk about those bullshit beliefs that are already in your head. They may not even be your fault because usually what happens with those kinds of beliefs is that they're fed into you, whether it's through the media, whether it's through people that you know in your life. Maybe your family isn't as supportive as they could be of your goals. Maybe it's your own head. Maybe you've just been told these things so many times that you actually start to believe them and they become your regular belief system and they end up suppressing you because it's something that has just been consistent in your life, a consistent message that's been playing in your head. So become aware of those voices. When you want to think to yourself, oh, I want to do this, and it's something that's positive, and then within like 5 to 10 seconds, you've talked yourself out of it because of those bullshit beliefs in your head, become aware of that and become conscious, because a lot of people don't even realize that they're doing it. And again, that voice probably isn't your own if you think back to where you might have picked that up. Maybe it's your childhood. Maybe, like me, I was teased as a child because I was bigger. I was a bigger girl. So all throughout, grade school and high school, I was teased and I was judged by that. So when I thought that I could lose weight, I kept telling myself, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I ended up giving up. Not this time though. So it's been 2.5 months and I've been consistent pretty much every single day, which is awesome. And I'm really proud of that. So, I mean, if I can do that with weight loss, having been told my whole life, and of course not by family, because my family are incredibly supportive, but mostly through people at school, you know how kids can get. So those kinds of voices are the ones that I'm talking about, those bullshit beliefs that have been ingrained in your head that aren't really your own beliefs. I want you to become aware of them, because once you're aware of them, then it's your job to change them. So it's not your fault that you have them in your head right now because you haven't even been aware that they've been plugged into your head. But once you do become aware of them, and if you still choose to think that way and not do anything about it, then that's when it does become, something that you have control over, and then that's when it becomes an excuse. And a lot of our excuses stem from these kinds of beliefs. So I'm challenging you for No Excuse November to start to listen to those little voices that are putting you down, your own voice or the voices of people that you've heard over the years or in the media. Obviously the media portrays a certain image of sexy and what a woman or a man should look like. And yes, it's slowly changing because people are becoming more aware that that is what general society is looking for, the validation of being yourself. And that's what's most important. I mean, you don't have to go on this journey and become super, super, super skinny. I don't think that I'll end up being super, super skinny, but what I want to do is feel comfortable in my own skin. That's really all I ever want. I'm getting there, surprisingly earlier than I expected, but what one person's skinny or one person's fat is two different things. So if you're telling yourself that you're fat, but you're not, or that you can't do this, but you can, then those are the bullshit beliefs that you need to wipe out of your system. And you do have a choice once you become conscious of those. So just keep that in mind as you go throughout the next couple weeks and see how many different voices and different beliefs come up. Maybe write them down so you're even more aware of them. And if you know of any right now that you know right off the bat, like that is definitely a bullshit belief that I've been telling myself or that I've heard, then write it below, and let's see if we've got some common beliefs. And you'd probably be surprised that they're a lot more common than it's not just in your head, it's in a lot of other people's heads as well, because it's been ingrained, whether it's through society or through people that have been telling them that their whole life. So we're not as different as we think we might be. We're not as alone as we think we might be. Obviously, everyone is unique, and I like to think that I'm pretty unique and a little bit weird, but I'm okay with that. So I challenge you again, write those beliefs below, or if you don't feel comfortable sharing them, then write them on a piece of paper, look at them and think, man, like, when did I start feeling that way? When did I start thinking that? And then wipe it out, like just delete that from your brain and move forward. So anytime that belief comes into your mind, prove it wrong. Set out to prove yourself wrong of the doubts and those bullshit beliefs that are in there, because you can do this. I know that you can do it as long as you are willing to put the work and the effort in. And honestly, it's not that much, because I went from doing nothing. I literally went from, like, every night I pretty much sat on the couch and watched TV or like played on my computer. And now I make sure whenever I get home from work, I get my workout done. I'm eating so much healthier. I'm drinking my Shakeology every morning, which makes it like super easy in the morning to just grab it and go to work. And all these things are little changes in my life. I'm not changing overall my whole lifestyle. I'm just making little changes here and there and little tweaks that are making a big difference. And personal development is another huge one. I read a lot of personal development books now, and it's made me realize and understand how empowered I am with my own mind, and how I can really make a difference in my own life. And it's not the circumstances around me or the events, it's my own reaction and how I choose to think about that. And if I want to think about positivity, yes, some situations obviously are harder than others to be positive about, but for those little everyday things that come up, those are the ones that you can really make a difference of. And you have to essentially end up choosing to look at the silver lining of situations that come up and try and be as positive as you can out of them. That's the only way that you can move forward and be happy. So I do have a lot of different what we call challenge groups available, and just groups in general. And they're all online, they're all on Facebook, they're all free. We've got one that's 7 days long, so it's just 1 week, and it's talking about healthier habits. So you learn about a different exercise every day that you can do, a really simple exercise, and then you learn about different recipes and some meal planning and things like that. That's only 7 days. So if you're just looking to kind of dip your toe into this journey and see what it's all about, then I would recommend that group. We also have like a 21-day or a full month challenge where you go in and you're held accountable for what you're eating. And by accountable, I just mean that you let us know what you're eating, and we provide recipes, we provide support. And then the other thing that I've got is a book club, which for those of you that aren't interested in exercising right now, or that like fitness isn't part of that for your journey, then personal development is huge. It's a huge, huge, huge thing that's really helped me. And if nothing else, then I would say start with personal development, and that will probably entice you to go a little bit further on your journey, wherever that may take you. I'm always here to support you. The support of the other people in the groups has been amazing. That's one of the main things that's kept me going, as well as everybody liking and sharing and commenting on my posts. That's meant so much to me. It's amazing to have the support from you, my family and friends, and also having the support of complete strangers, because we're all in the same boat. We all want the same thing. We're all looking to live a healthier lifestyle. So I encourage you to either join one of the groups. Actually, I do encourage you to join one of the groups and post below about what those bullshit beliefs are that you have, because they're probably similar to other people as well. So comment below or shoot me an email, celebratehealthychoices@gmail.com, and I can't wait to hear from you. Remember, as I always say, be fierce in your journey forward. You deserve it.